Hey y'all, it's Kim. So I've been looking into why people say that Israel had anything to do with the 9/11 attacks, even though Osama bin Laden claimed to be part of it. He had it specifically set up or whatever with Al Qaeda and they attacked New York. So I'm just trying to look into this. I posted another video. It'll just be basically 9/11 conspiracy theories, part one. But then this, I think, is the Anti-Defamation League.org. I believe that's who this is. Extremist terms. Let's look at, well, hold on. So, anti Semitic conspiracies about 9/11 endure 20 years later. This was written, I think, I thought I saw the date on this. Probably, yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, there it is. 9/9 of 2021, extremism, hate, or terrorism. What I'll try to do is maybe do like the introduction and then maybe these two together, and this one and the third one, and then that one and a different one. So, anyway, so introduction. In the days following the 9/11 terrorist attacks on America, conspiracy theorists across the ideological spectrum dismissed the widely accepted version of events and instead crafted alternative narratives about the perpetrators, their motive, and other details about the attacks. Some of these conspiratorial claims directly implicated Jewish people and Israel in the attacks, and a continuation of centuries old anti Semitic tropes about Jews supposedly manipulating world events for their own benefit. 2 decades later, anti Semitic 9/11 conspiracy theories continue to thrive. Although many of the original conspiracy theories from 20 years ago remain active, a new generation of anti Semites has joined them. This report highlights some of these themes and the many individuals who, despite their often disparate ideologies, are united in their belief that Jews or Israel played a role in the 9/11 attacks. A web of conspiratorial beliefs. For 20 years, 9/11 conspiracy theories has served as a paradigm for conspiratorial takes on other tragedies and events. No mass shooting, natural disaster, disease outbreak, election, or geopolitical incident occurs without a cadre of conspiracy theorists claiming that mainstream and scientific explanations for the events are impossible. Conspiratorial truther subculture, fueled by the internet and social media, wildly speculate about false flags and embark on amateur efforts to uncover who benefits and make allegations about national or international plots and cover ups. Grifters, attention seekers, and trolls present themselves as experts and dramatically oversimplify complex phenomena for a global network of followers. Unfortunately, the anti Semitism that ADL has documented for the past 20 years regarding 9/11 conspiracy theories can also be found in many of these other truther communities. Anti Semites attribute mass shootings in the U.S., including Sandy Hook and El Paso, as well as the Charlie Hebdo attack in France, to the machinations of Jews or Zionists. Some conspiracy theorists draw direct lines between alleged Jewish responsibility for the 9/11 attacks and the 2008 financial crisis. There has been an outpouring of anti Semitic conspiracy theories regarding the involvement of Jews and Israel in the COVID-19 pandemic and in the development of vaccines. Jews and Zionists have been blamed for the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol. Holy hell. Sorry. We know that conspiracy theories can motivate real world behavior, including acts of extremism and violence. Pittsburgh synagogue shooter Robert Bowers was inspired to attack the Tree of Life synagogue because he believed in conspiracy theories regarding the involvement of Jewish people in mass immigration, and likewise, many participants in the deadly insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th were fueled by conspiracy theories. Themes: anti Semitic 9/11 conspiracy theories. ADL published its first major report on anti Semitic 9/11 conspiracy theories in 2003. ADL's subsequent reports in 2006, 2011, 2016 further demonstrate the evolution of so called 9/11 truther activities and claims over the past 20 years. Many of the elements of 9/11 conspiracy theories that were previously highlighted continue to feature in discourse in the subject today. I'm looking this up because I keep having people on my Instagram and X say stuff like, oh, Israel had something to do with 9/11. Like, again, Osama bin Laden wrote a letter to America. I mean, you can go and look it up. And then, anyway, and then all the Al Qaeda stuff, I mean, I'm pretty sure they had something to do with it. But anyway, not the Jews, I'm saying the Al Qaeda, and then whatever, Osama bin Laden. So anyway, so popular themes and anti-Semitic 9/11 conspiracy theories. The Mossad was behind the attacks. Variations of this theory have circulated since 2002 and asserted that the Mossad, the Israeli intelligence agency, was behind the 9/11 attacks. The most common proof cited is the false claim that 5 Israeli Mossad agents were arrested on 9/11 by police who observed them filming and celebrating the attack. This narrative of the dancing Israelis is a recurring element of many conspiracy theories. Jewish neoconservatives were behind the attacks. Proponents of this theory claim that the leaders of the influential neoconservative political ideology in the United States, many of whom were Jewish, plotted with members of the Bush administration and enlisted the help of Mossad to implement the attacks in order to benefit Israel. This theory alleges that supporters of Israel hatched the plan well before 9/11 with the goal of invading Iraq and other Middle Eastern countries to allow the U.S. and Israel to seize control of resources and power in that area. The Jewish controlled media and government manipulated narratives about the attacks and worked to prevent the truth from emerging. Conspiracy theorists claim that the truth about Israel or Israeli and Jewish involvement in the 9/11 attacks has been suppressed because Jews control the media and government, including the 9/11 Commission, tasked with investigating and reporting on the attack. They further claim that powerful Jews intentionally manipulated the narrative of the events to place blame on Muslims or Muslim individuals and nations and to deceive the American public. Jews or Israelis have foreknowledge of the attacks and chose not to inform the U.S. government. One of the most common anti Semitic myths about 9/11 states that the 4,000 Jews who worked in the World Trade Center were informed by Israeli intelligence agencies to stay home from work on that tragic day. Zionists exploited the 9/11 attacks to expand surveillance of American citizens. Conspiracy theorists who promoted this claim allege that Zionists used the attacks to create conditions in the U.S. in which privacy could be revoked and a restricted police surveillance state could be implemented in the name of national security. Some specifically claim that the actions were inspired by supposed Israeli treatment. What? Hold on. Were inspired by supposed Israeli treatment of Palestinians. The technical details of the attacks do not add up. Therefore, the entire historical narrative must be false. Oh, well, therefore, the entire historical narrative must be fraudulent. Excuse me. A fundamental component of 9/11 conspiracy theories promoted by anti-Semites and non-anti-Semites alike claims that the technical details of the official story are not supported by scientific or documented evidence. Anti-Semitic proponents of this conspiracy theory claim that if the official narrative was indeed fabricated and 9/11 was a false flag event, then either Jews or Israel are inevitably the most likely culprits. Some offer alternative explanations as to how the attacks were supposedly executed, such as claiming that explosives rather than planes and fires brought down the towers, while others admit that they do not know what really happened, just that Jews or Israel are to blame. Jewish ownership of the World Trade Center conspiracies focused on what the Jewish owners of the World Trade Center stood to gain from its destruction. According to this theory, Jewish businessman, most notably Larry Silverstein, I guess, whose company had recently taken out a lease on the World Trade Center complex, plotted to destroy the towers in an effort to obtain millions of dollars in insurance money. The implication is that their inside knowledge of the complex allowed them to help the Mossad execute the plan. This conspiracy theory incorporates the anti Semitic trope of Jewish lightning and goes to the heart of the myth of the greedy Jew. What is Jewish lightning? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to stop it here and then we'll do probably two more videos because this seems like it's got a lot of stuff in here. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. All right, bye.